for backrest because I feel like a lot of people is wanting lateral support or some sort of support to maintain their posture when they're sitting in a chair.
Yep. So with backrest, again, it's all part of a bigger story with everything. So in the process of the course, you will go through before you even get to the backrest, you need to make sure your foundations are right. So
Hmm.
if you're building a house and your foundations are sloppy and you're like, what kind of supports can we put in to keep the house upright? It's not a good plan. So I'll answer your question, but just make sure that you follow the process in terms of how do we stabilize the hips and the pelvis and then work our way up to the torso. Because if you do that right, you won't need as much as you come up on here. But essentially on your backrest, you're right, you have two options. You've got a deep contour backrest and you've got a backrest with swing away laterals. Your deep contour ones are generally going to be more comfortable. They're also going to be easier to get in and out of in general because you think about as you go into a backrest, you don't have to swing away the laterals. You can just go in and out of it. It's like maintenance is easier for a deep contour back as opposed to swing aways because swing aways have parts and bits and pieces and things can break and move over time.
More parts, more chance of breaking.
But the main one is the amount of positioning. So how much positioning do you need? Deep contour back will give you some positioning, but if someone's still leaning and you need something more aggressive, that's when swing away laterals can come in because you can offset them. You can have one higher, lower. You can push one in more. You can come towards the front more. You can just do more with swing aways, but they also have problems with transfers and maintenance, and some people don't find them comfortable. So there's a process
Hmm.
around them. If you feel like
Yeah.
you've stabilized someone's hips and they're still leaning, then I would trial both options. And the best postural option isn't always the option you need to take. So what I mean by that is
Hmm.
that people are always going to sit better with swing away laterals. So if you're comparing them side by side, you're always going to get better seat in with something that's adjustable and you can really get in there nice and tight because they don't you can swing them away for transfers. But just because it's better doesn't mean it's necessarily right for the client because it might be the fact that the swingaways are too much maintenance. People, they got multiple carers and they're not going to maintain them properly. And the client didn't like them. And you know what? We'll just go the deep contour backrest, even though it doesn't look as good as the
Yeah.
swingaways, but it's a more practical option. There's no hard answers with a lot of these things, answers I'll give you. There's no hard answers. There's just frameworks to
Yeah.
consider. And your job is just to allow people to know the pros and cons. You know what to look for as a framework so that people can make informed decisions.